Are you constantly asking yourself, am I falling behind in grad school? Do you feel lost during seminars, unsure if you'll ever catch up? Before you convince yourself you're not cut out for this, let me show you a truth that might just change everything. Because what you're experiencing right now is not failure. It's the foundation of something powerful. This is the video I wish someone showed me during my lowest point in research. Have you ever sat in a seminar and felt like you were the only one who didn't understand a word? Everyone else seems so sure of themselves. They throw around terms like control theory, robust optimization, or Bayesian inference, and you're just sitting there, nodding, smiling, pretending. But deep down, you feel this growing fear. I don't belong here. I'm not smart enough. I'll never catch up. If you've ever felt that, let me tell you, you are not alone. In fact, you're right where you need to be. Because this feeling, this confusion, this uncertainty, this silence, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're in the accumulation phase. And trust me, it's one of the most powerful phases you'll ever go through. See, grad school isn't like undergrad. There are no regular quizzes to tell you you're on track. No one gives you gold stars for half-finished papers. In research, progress is invisible, until one day it's not. You might feel like nothing is happening, but behind the scenes, every paper you skim, every messy piece of code you debug, every seminar you half understand, it's all stacking up. It's all accumulating. This process is like planting seeds. You don't see a sprout the moment you water the soil, but with patience and care, roots take hold and growth becomes inevitable. It's the same in your research journey. And along the way, you'll develop critical thinking skills, resilience, and problem-solving abilities that textbooks alone cannot teach. These invisible gains are what truly prepare you for success. You're building a base of knowledge so solid that one day the things that used to scare you will become second nature. You'll catch yourself explaining concepts you once Googled a dozen times. I get it. It's hard when you don't have feedback, when no one is telling you you're doing great, when you sit in your lab and think, what if I'm wasting my time? But let me tell you, you're not. Because understanding doesn't come all at once. It comes in fragments, moments. It builds slowly, until suddenly it snaps into place. And when it does, you'll look back and realize every confused day, every difficult article, every moment you showed up when it was hard, they were all part of the breakthrough. Some students understand their research direction in 3 months. Others take 6, even 9. And guess what? Both are valid. There's no gold medal for finishing first in grad school. All that matters is that you keep going, one step at a time. Even if today's step is just reading a single paragraph, even if it's just rewriting a line of code, even if it's just sitting through a seminar and understanding only the title. That's still progress. That's still movement. Because in research, motion matters more than speed. You're not failing because you don't know everything yet. You're just early in the accumulation process. Every successful researcher you admire didn't get lucky. They didn't magically understand every paper they read. They've just been accumulating longer. They struggled too. They doubted themselves, stayed up late, questioned everything, but they stayed. What looks like confidence is often just experience, and experience is built from accumulation. It's not brilliance that separates you. It's time, effort, and the courage to stay when it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you'll spend days, maybe even weeks, on a problem and make zero visible progress. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're wrestling with complexity. That's what research is. It's staying with the hard stuff long enough for clarity to emerge. You're teaching your brain how to think deeply. You're learning how to ask better questions. And yes, those skills take time to develop. When you reflect on the great researchers or professors in your field, don't just see the polished talks or the confident Q&A sessions. Behind all that is a quiet, consistent accumulation of effort, years of trial, error, and small wins. You're in the same process, so don't discount your own journey just because your success isn't loud yet. Silence doesn't mean stagnation. It often means transformation. In the beginning, reading papers feels like decoding a foreign language. You read the abstract and get lost. You scroll through the equations and feel dizzy. You hear terms like multi-agent reinforcement learning, and your brain just freezes. That's okay. That's normal. You're not broken. You're just at the beginning. And beginnings are always messy. But every time you revisit that paper, every time you watch a seminar, even confused, every time you try something new, you're adding to your foundation. And once you hit a certain threshold, the dots start to connect, and the clarity comes fast. Like a snowball rolling downhill, it starts small, almost invisible. Then one day, it becomes unstoppable. That's the power of accumulation. But here's the catch. If you don't take any steps, if you freeze because you feel inadequate, if you give up before things click, then the breakthrough never comes. But if you just keep going, even slowly, you're building something extraordinary. You're building your future self. The version of you that writes with clarity, that publishes papers, that mentors others. You are becoming that person, right now, one tiny step at a time. Every choice you make to show up despite doubt is shaping a powerful, resilient version of you that you haven't even met yet. So yes, ask your advisor for feedback. Talk to your lab mates, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you're afraid of looking lost. Because seeking clarity is part of the process. Nobody starts with perfect understanding. They build it, piece by piece, just like you are. Grad school doesn't just test your intelligence. It tests your patience, your discipline, your belief in yourself when nothing around you is validating it. That's why most breakthroughs in research aren't technical. They're emotional. They come when you stop doubting your right to be here. They come in silence, in solitude, when no one is watching, but you show up anyway. They come when you choose to believe that confusion is a phase, not a verdict. And if you needed someone to tell you that today, let it be me. You are more capable than you think. You are exactly where you need to be, and you are going to make it. So if you feel behind, if you feel like giving up, let this be your reminder. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're just building. And what you're building is powerful. Believe in the power of accumulation, because that's how every great researcher was made. If this video helped you feel a little less alone, give it a like. It really helps more grad students find this message when they need it most. In the comments, tell me, what's one small thing you did today for your research? Let's celebrate those tiny wins together. And if you want more videos about surviving and thriving in grad school, make sure to hit subscribe. You got this, and I'm cheering for you every step of the way.